Bunnie XO just sat down, hit record on her podcast, and said things about her marriage that nobody was ready to hear. We are talking about the argument that ended 10 years of marriage, said on a day that makes it 10 times worse, the real dynamic behind their relationship that she has kept quiet until now, and a quote she dropped that the entire internet is currently losing its mind over. No cap, this episode changed everything people thought they knew about this couple. Stay with me. Okay, quick recap. Jelly Roll filed for divorce on May 18th in Williamson County, Tennessee, after nearly 10 years of marriage. The world found out June 15th via TMZ. Since then, both of them had said absolutely nothing publicly. No statement, no Instagram Live, silence. Jelly eventually broke this silence mid-concert in Saratoga Springs, saying nobody cheated, she is his best friend, he will love her forever. Then he plugged her podcast and said every word of it is the truth.
Jelly Roll has officially filed for divorce. Hey guys, it's your girl Gentry Hay, and according to court documents found by TMZ, Jelly Roll filed for divorce in May in the state of Tennessee. Now, if you know anything about this couple, they have been married since 2016. His wife, Bunnie XO, used to be, one of those workers, and now, she quit in 2023. They've been working on their marriage. Of course, they talked about the ups and downs, but that's with any marriage. They've been together for over 10 years now, and she was with him literally through thick and thin. They have definitely been open about the issues and some of the things that have gone on in their marriage and how they've overcame them. And I recently saw, at the award show, I think a couple of years ago, he literally was like, I love my wife. And, he was thanking Jesus Christ and all that stuff. So I thought they were on the path of, just making it work, but things happen. Anyways, we definitely are wishing both of them the best. And, he just filed. It may be something that they can turn around and work out, but if not, we wish them best of luck.
So everyone went straight to the Dumb Blonde episode. And bro, Bunnie delivered. Bunnie says the core problem was simple. They stopped talking. Her words. Jay and I have never really been good at having disagreements. He would be holding things in. I would be holding things in. And that is a recipe for disaster. She said for the first 8 years, they were good at having the uncomfortable conversations. Then the last year and a half, they completely got away from it. New level of fame, different life, different pressures. The communication broke down quietly, and neither of them caught it in time. Then she gets to the moment, Mother's Day, May. They have an argument, and Bunnie says she does not want to get into the details. But here's where it gets crazy, because she tells us exactly what she said in that argument. She looked at him and said, well then file the f***ing divorce papers. And he did. Bunnie is clear this was not a throwaway line. She says in their relationship that is the one thing you do not say unless you mean it. Quote, when I say it, it really holds weight, because I am not the type of person who says what I don't mean. She basically pulled the pin on a grenade and meant to, and Jelly Roll took her at her word. Bro, the comments under this episode are going absolutely wild, because people are sitting with the fact that 10 years of marriage came down to one argument on Mother's Day and 4 words she told him to file. Some people are defending her completely, saying you can only hold things in for so long before you snap. Others are saying she basically dared him and is now surprised he called it. The most liked comment energy across the internet right now is basically, she said it, he did it, and now they are both figuring out what that actually means. And honestly, both takes make sense depending on how you look at it.
He thinks he can do better than her now. That's what this entire thing is all about. You lose a little bit of weight, you get red-pilled into believing that you can do better than your wife of 10 years who was with you through literal thick and thin, who was there to build your entire career and life, and you lose a little bit of weight. And now he's saying that it's his religious differences. There are articles that are coming out now saying that his dedication to religion doesn't vibe with her racy past, as if he didn't know about it 10 years ago when they met, or 11 years ago when they started dating. Sir, you have a forehead tattoo. Okay, you have a full back of hand tattoo. He's looking for a trad wife, though. I've marked my words on this. He's trying to go for a trad wife, because that is the direction here. And the fact that he's citing religion and all these things that are getting leaked out to page 6 or whatever, absolutely spare me. A tattooed eyebrow is just not giving. It's not giving that. You know what I mean? This is so ick. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm sad. I can't wait to see what happens. I hope Bunnie tells us everything.
Here is where it gets really interesting, and where this story goes somewhere most people were not expecting. Bunnie opens up about the actual foundation of their relationship dynamic, and no cap, it reframes everything. She revealed in her memoir, which she references in the episode, that when they got together, Jelly Roll was, her words, used to having multiple relationships at the same time with different women, and that they both initially frowned upon monogamy. She is clear this was never a traditional open relationship, but she writes that if a woman wanted to come home with them, they more than likely would not turn that down. And then she drops the line that stopped everyone cold. Jelly Roll told her she could sleep with other men if she wanted to. They argued about it many times. Eventually, Bunnie says she accepted it. Their motto, we are not each other's possessions. She calls it a free relationship, not an open one. And the one non-negotiable rule, the line that could never be crossed, do not lie to me. Do not ever let me be the last to know something. Stay with me because that rule matters. Because the internet immediately connected that line to those TikTok reposts Bunnie was sharing right after the divorce went public. The ones about being dragged through hell by someone who knew you loved them. The ones about not wanting any association with someone anymore. Jelly Roll said on stage, nobody cheated.
I wasn't going to talk about this tonight, but while we're talking about liars, the internet is a liar too. It's the only time and the only city I'm going to speak about this, so break your camera phones out now. Me and my wife are best friends. We will always be best friends. We just got off the phone earlier today. Nobody cheated on nobody. She just did a whole podcast about it. You can go watch it. Every word of it is the truth. That will be my best friend forever. This is the only time I will ever speak about it. Bunnie, I love you, baby. Thank you for those 10 years. They were incredible. Thank you for the next 10 years of friendship and 20 beyond that. With that being said, cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming out tonight.
But Bunnie's rule was never just about cheating. It was about honesty, being the last to know. That is a very different and very specific line to draw. No cap, this podcast episode did not close the book on this story. It cracked it open further. We now know the argument that ended the marriage happened on Mother's Day. We know Bunnie pulled the trigger on those words herself. We know their relationship operated on a set of rules that most people did not know existed. And we know the one thing she said she could never forgive was not infidelity, it was dishonesty. Jelly Roll said every word of her podcast is the truth. He plugged it himself. So whatever she said in that episode, he is co-signing all of it. And that last rule she laid out, do not lie to me. Do not let me be the last to know. That is the detail that is going to live in the comments for weeks. Drop what you think actually happened below. I am reading everything. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.